Killing feral ghouls to Stars and Stripes Forever is more amusing and hilarious than it probably should be. Hello everybody, it's Sir Mattomaton here once again. In case you haven't noticed, I'm playing Fallout 3 today.
God bless the USA and nowhere else.
This game, and Oblivion, were my gateway entry into my now lifelong addiction to many Bethesda titles. Not to mention, it's an absolute roller coaster of nostalgia for me. This is where I was introduced into the Fallout franchise, and a whole host of old-timey 1930s to 50s music. Some of which are timeless classics. Breathe the sun every morn. Feel as free and happy as the day you were born. Others are, well...
Come on, you piece of junk.
I told you, Gob, it ain't the radio. The Enclave station comes in fine. It's Galaxy News. There's
songs.
Been shit lately.
And as usual with Bethesda-related games, they have their fair share of issues and bugs.
Great googly moogly!
You're ugly. Some of them have been intentional, others are probably just an oversight on Todd Howard's behalf, and others, well, they completely and utterly shatter the balance of this game, and I love them.
Now you're talking.
This is why they call this spray and pray. I be spraying, they be praying. There are so many exquisite exploits in this game, I can easily make several videos just on this title alone. I'm going to show a handful of them off here, but I'm going to save the best one for last, of course. Where you can basically gain a near infinite amount of caps and as much supplies and weaponry, armor and alike into your inventory as you could possibly carry. The first one here is more of an early game tip rather than an exploit, but it's a good one to know so you can start off the game with a good chunk of change at the very beginning of your playthrough. First of all, you need to create your own visually pleasing, completely immersive, human potato looking, custom character.
Perfection.
That you're probably only ever going to see a few dozen times in a 200-hour playthrough.
You're going to need a name, aren't you? Your mother and I have been talking. What do you think about... That's a good name, don't you think? Fits you perfectly.
First arrived to Megaton, this whimsical, rustic, run-down shantytown is named after the literally live, undetonated nuclear bomb in the middle of the town. Town Sheriff, Lucas Sims, will walk up to you
Name's Lucas Sims.
and have a word or two to say. But before he starts flapping his gums, quick save here. Because there's a speech check option that, if you succeed, can grant you an easy 500 caps.
That's pretty steep. Fine.
Which in the beginning of every one of your playthroughs, caps are a very rare and desperately needed commodity. Plus it'll help out in what we're about to do at the end of this video.
Don't screw up, though.
Once you do, go get some mentats at Crater Site Supply, then go practice being a nuclear weapons engineer.
Stop staring.
You see, right now me dumber than bag of hammers. Until... wham! Instant scholarly intellectual in this wasteland, everybody. Let me see that undetonated high-yield tactical nuclear device. Take that, Ivy League University-trained nuclear physicist and weapon engineers.
Yes, science!
I'll be damned.
Unless your explosive skill is already at 25 points, then you're good. Speaking of things that go boom, one of my favorite things to do is reverse pickpocketing live grenades and mines into the pockets of hostile imbeciles. If it was a fair fight you were looking for, you have come to the wrong man.
Fuck me!
Time for what I really want to show you. Imagine walking into a store, and when you approach the owner, they say, "Take whatever you want off the shelves. Anything you want from us, it's yours, no charge. Oh, and you can have all the money in our register and safe too. Go ahead. What's ours is yours now." That's basically what's about to happen here. This will work for just about any vendor that sells a decent amount of guns and or armor. The reason is we're going to be confusing the hell out of this game's unit condition system. And it's going to be fantastic. As my guinea pig, I'm going to use Crater Site Supply's one Moira Brown. as she is the paragon of sanity, reasonability, and social acceptance.
You know, I think I found a new way to prepare radroach meat. Still tastes like old feet, though.
Yummy.
Then what you need to do is find a set of duplicate items. Vendors usually have them in order from decent condition to poor condition. You'll want to buy the poorest quality, like held together by duct tape and wishes, like made out of salt and paper and will dissolve in water. Then after that you sell it right back to Moira, then you buy that junk item again. Do this little gambit back and forth a couple of times and then something interesting happens. And poof! The condition magically becomes maxed out. Then when you sell it back, it becomes poor quality, perfect condition again. Doing this enough times, you can drain every last cap out of these vendors that they have. You can buy whatever you can initially afford from their inventory, and resume sucking those caps back in like a monetary vacuum. Then end up carrying enough junk to make a Home Depot jealous. Just to be sure, I went to go test this on a completely separate vendor outside Megaton,
Looking to trade?
and voila! It works. All the caps and supplies you can possibly ever want and hoist inside your pockets.
A pleasure doing business with you.
What? Nobody there. No bucketheads. Just old broken robots. Bucketheads are finished. City is ours now. Yeah. I'm hungry. Let's find meat.
Hey there, big mean green bean. What did the 12-gauge shotgun say to the face?